Everyone getting into working on this VTuber right now. So we're doing some debugging, just testing. Seems to think my eyes are closed a lot of the time right now. Like when I have my glasses on. The lighting's a little poor in here. Yeah, so let's get into it. So we're setting up some logic for the animations. Okay, so we're gonna need a bunch of hotkeys. And each of these connect to one of our text parameters. So let me just do this for a little bit. Should be 7. This is what's actually getting called. This little function over here. And all of these hotkeys in the background, we would also want to call the trigger. I guess I could have had separate ones. Wiring them up like this might not be best. Well, no, I take it back. Visual debugging is useful. There's no line. I can tell there's an issue. So, okay, so I went through the list. Say something like this. Okay, so each hotkey will call an expression, and then the expression will call the trigger to actually set the expression. These ones set a variable. Most importantly, this is the parameter we're setting right here. So set the expression, blah, 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 blah. Most importantly, they'll set the prior expression. Okay, let's think about this. So this calls it next frame. We could have another trigger. Oh, Vantoran. Tran, welcome. Hello. And then we could call something a frame afterwards. That might be nice. So this will be now. That'll be next frame. Now it already changes the name. Does that instantly. I guess I would want to wire in this text here. If I do that, set a text. Action nodes, gateway, values, value, T array. Oh, here we go. Okay, so T array is text. Values. Text array name. Gets value of text array at specific index. Oh, okay. Next message. Tenchinu, hello, welcome. Been lurking for a few weeks, but sorry, I constantly forget to say hi. That is a-okay. As I'm sure you're aware, it's a pretty relaxed stream, so we're just kind of chilling. But yeah, kind of a. I appreciate you hanging out and chilling, and checking out what I'm up to. Should be. I'm more and more reminded how much I love making avatars and this VTubers and stuff. So it'll be a lot of fun stuff coming up. So reference your work in most of the models I do. Hey, heck yeah, that's awesome to hear. Well, good. Yeah, I think there's I'm always happy to share because there's just so much to this stuff. It's like it's worth getting the techniques out there. All right, finish up a text message real quick. Not sure what you're doing though. Don't recognize this node scheme. So this is vNyan. I need to sneeze for 1 second. So it's kind of a common VTubing application. And so you can control this avatar down here. And they have some stuff for like basic logic and setting up controllers for your character. So we set text. So each of these are going to they're going to set the text parameter, which is very useful, but not as useful as setting the text through here, because when we call the trigger, we can include text values, and that will simplify a lot of our setup. We just need to make sure we understand how we're getting our text value. It's got to be in here. Is there no text in it? I don't understand where the text source is. Okay, do I just use this one? Can I? This one. Bam. Guess you're hand tracking with a camera and can't track while you type. Exactly, yeah. So I put my hands down and it goes down, but it's just all the hand tracking is through the webcam. There is a hole on the finger. That is not there here. Interesting. On hand tracking. Okay, yeah. Interesting. Looks like a hole. Damn, that's annoying. Because it's not in Unity. Why would there be a hole in the mesh? Uh-oh. Okay, let's add that to the to-do list. So, hole and. Should buy some highlighters. Okay. Well, we'll have to come back to that. Okay, but now we have this text value. For example, we can copy this, which is the same value we've had. And now, when I press 1, we would need a separate call trigger for all of them. That is a-okay. That is actually better. So I'm going to duplicate this. Delete this one. Now, delete this one as well. I want it to. Press this hotkey, it'll send this text value VRC angry, which should set the expression using this value. Hello, Saltify Nog. Welcome. Sure, it's pretty cool. Be a fan of you. Saw you working on that model for a while. Love how the hair turned out. Really like that kind of shining gradient texture used. Even painted the strands, which was a nice touch. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I've got my hair set up so a lot of the things can kind of be swapped out. So this is a little tiling normal texture. We can change the scale of that and stuff, and it'll update. Very satisfying. Okay, so I think what we first want to do is always going to sample the text when I call the trigger. What we want first, I guess actually we just want a function to reset all the hotkeys. So we'll want another function for that. Okay, so write down these functions. First we have the call expression, which talks to our blend shape setter. And then we'll also want a reset all expressions. We called it at the same time, reset expressions. Boom. Okay. So we'll just copy both of these actually. Duplicate and duplicate, and we'll move this over here because it's going to be a pretty big function. Definitely not a bot. Hello, Arisa. Welcome. We're doing VTubing stuff. Hi. It's a little laggy on my webcam right now. Oh, you did? My bad. My apologies. Well, hello there. How's you, good sir? Getting lost in my nodes over here. But welcome, welcome. Hope you're having a good day so far. And this will be reset expressions. Okay, we're going to need all of those here. Damn. Yeah. Let me move. Ah. Oh, the zoom is too much. It's too much. Should be 7 of them. Bam. And all of these, damn, I should have copied a better base node, because now I have to redo this for all of them. Kind of out of the loop, but I'm very glad VTubers are kind of moving away from those 2D cardboard cutouts to actually get 3D models. I am amazed because on Twitter, I keep seeing people using the live 2D VTubers, and they'll make basically a full 3D model, but it's a workaround. It's like a fake 3D model. Like I guess that's useful, but I also like you're just taking the 3D out of it completely. You might as well just make it a 3D model at that point if you're going so far. It should be this. Boom. And let's actually just copy the first part. Oh, you know, I could concatenate the... No, that's way extra. Okay. Okay. Sam, I got a bit more sales thanks to a big brain play I did with my outfit. Ooh, very cool. I understand the market even more now, but there is a small predicament I need to find a practical way to fix. Sorry for that. The hood's not attached yet. Okay. Well, that is super exciting. I'm glad. I feel like you're I feel like I'm going to start having to take marketing and advertising advice from you because honestly, I think that's what I struggle with the most. I do not understand the market. All right, so we did the whole boom, boom, boom. Okay, we've got do the things. Which tracking system do VTubers use though? They can't use a headset, but Live Link wouldn't work, right? Actually, there's quite a few options out there, even for VR chat too. So like this program right here is just for VR chat, but you can use your iPhone. You can. It's really whatever. Come on, whatever you'd like. So they've got all these different headsets you can include. So ideally, it's kind of hardware agnostic, but there's tons of things that do tracking now, which is very cool to see. Still struggle a bit, but not in the practical part, making the product description and stuff. My struggles with the thumbnails and the images. That part is so important. Well, I don't disagree with you at all. It takes a shit ton of time too, which always sucks. All right, I'm opening up Unity here. I'm taking a little screenshot of the expression names. But I'm curious to hear what you did with your marketing move. Man. Okay, angry, lep, confusion, or actually blush first. Try to match the order. Confusion. And neutral we won't use. Sad, shock, and smirk. I guess there's actually 8 here. And I did the order weird here. I guess I would just start putting these here. Turns out that visibility will always be the single most important part of a product, but at the same time, market reach is also important. Because for outfits, market reach is how many avatars you make the outfit compatible with. Okay, makes sense. Meeting people where they are versus having to let them do it from scratch. Smirk. Perfect. Okay, so now this will reset things. And we can call that whenever we want. Easy. In other words, you want your product to be visible as long as possible while also making it compatible with as many avatars as possible. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I could definitely see that. You were talking about setting up automating your system for that. Oops. So reset expression, next frame, and reset expression first. Reset expressions. Okay, so that's our function. We can actually get rid of all these here. I don't appreciate that they got rid of the ability to drag select. That's kind of frustrating. Yay. Set expression. Do that anytime. We'll go ahead and select. Okay, it's a wrap connected nodes, so that's a function now. We'll do the same here. Wrap connected nodes. We've got some good logic. Okay. All this marketing talk making me very curious on how the market works. Have always thought of getting into it, but very scared of Unity. All my work goes into Unreal. There's a lot of tools now to make it a little bit more straightforward, specifically for VR chat, because NVTubing a little bit, mostly VR chat, because so many people are using it, that there's a lot of standardized tools now. So you can learn Unity, a little bit, but really you're building for VR chat, and there's programs like VRC Fury that are going to make it a lot easier on you. Or it's a SDK you add it to the game or to your Unity. All right. So it takes the text. We have angry. Let's go ahead and do the wrap connected as well. And so now we've got our little logic for expressions. Yay. Thing about that, specifically in Booth, is that Booth has a storage space limit. You can't just make an outfit with 4K textures because you're going to eat up all your storage limit. You're not going to be able to upload more outfits. So you can do, some artists do, which is publishing the same outfit as a separate version for each avatar. To make it compatible with 8 avatars, you republish it 8 times with a specific compatible avatar as the main display for the product. Oh, that makes a ton of sense. These are the old expressions here. Click this so many times, so many clicks. Okay. The reason my avatar is blinking so much is because of my glasses. Let's see, closing the blinds will help. No, not really. Problem is, by publishing 8 times, you're going to be using 8 times space. So what you do with this, consolidate those versions, the main version of the outfit. It's variants, problems with that. You can't reassign licenses from the website. You send the key. Oh my gosh. I think I would just switch to like a storage or something, because interesting of them to have such a harsh limit. I think that kind of feels like it gets in the way a little. You can't reassign licenses for the website to other clients and booths, so you need to send them a key so they oh, dang. Interesting. That's too much. Leave the play animation up there. We'll be coming back to that. Let's copy this block. And then we'll paste. How many times? 8. It's going to be 8 of these. Eight. So that's 6. Sorry, this is 9. Yeah. All right. So we'll do Western style. Left to right. Angry first. Then a list. Flip. Handle the clients and ask them to accept the key so you don't lose access to the product. This way you can delete the products that are no longer in use. Interesting. Wow. That is intense. That's a lot of back end work. Gosh dang. That is kind of crazy. Left blush. Got fusion. Oh, good. The tracking improved. Just a little. Sad. Shock and smirk. I kind of like, those would be fun character names. Shock and smirk. It's like duo. Good thing is that Booth gives you a small report CSV file, allows you to know which clients have access to which products. With this, I was thinking that I could make a software that automatically do all that for me. Automatically send a message with the key to a specified client, and then the only thing out of my control would be the client actually using the key. Dang. Automating avatars, automating business. I like it. That is systems thinking. Okay. So that should be it for the expressions. Now we just need to call them. Oh, I didn't set the hotkeys. Oh. 6. Awesome. Okay. So now function complete. We can call things 1. We need a toggle. Interesting. Or like a reset expression. Oh, yeah, ignore that. We need to update the animations. Still very work in progress. Boing! Cool, but the swapping is working. So we definitely have one part of this correct. Oh. This I was thinking, friendly reminder that I'm system engineer with an extra degree. This is my blood to automate things. I know, I love it. I love it. I feel like that's the instinct I want to keep encouraging myself. Marketing does not require, goddamn, marketing requires high coding. I'm cooked. Marketing does not require high coding. I'm doing this because I'm a single person. The amount of work that needs to be done is insane. I'm not successful enough to start a company. Not yet. Not yet. Yeah. Thumbs up. All right, so okay, we want a button just to reset that anyway, so we'll make one here. Do a call trigger, and we'll actually just put this next to the we'll just put it in here. It kind of should be part of this function. Does that include it? No. How do I like to include the block? Okay, weird. Oh, because I can't connect the things. Okay, silly. Weird. All right, that's okay. Reset expressions. We'll just put a hotkey right below that. And we'll say Control 1, Shift 1. Okay, so we can do expressions and then Shift 1. Shift 1. I click. I'm clicking. Yeah. Reset expressions. So this sets them to 1. This sets them to 0. Right now I'm in blep. I see blep right there. It's getting called. That should be working. Reset expressions. Did I spell it wrong? Tag me when you do get a company. Would love to work on something like this. Well, heck yeah, you're definitely in the right spot. Ariso and I love talking about marketing and stuff, and Ariso is doing really good stuff making outfits for avatars, like they were saying, and I feel like there's a lot of potential in making accessories, specifically accessories and items for characters. I look so sleepy with my glasses on. Uh, uh, oh, duh. I have to wire it up to call the trigger. That would help. All right, so one. This should be angry, but there's something wrong with some of the shape keys. But it is resetting. So two, shift one. All right, and all those are changeable. We'll just wrap them and put them. I guess I still like them right there. Okay, looking nice and contained. So that's our main expressions, and then we also have a few over here. This is the hoodie open is not working. We need to update that. Let's put that down. Hoodie open. Boom, there's one task. And two is hoodie down. And yeah, so we still need hood constraint. Bada boom. Which totally, the animation just wouldn't transfer immediately. We do have to convert that animation. Convert animation. Okay. Outfit's the easiest part though. Clo is my safety space. I've been doing a lot more simulations in Blender now because there's some with geometry nodes. It's becoming a lot more approachable. But Clo's great. Marvelous Designer, I would say, not really worth it in my opinion, unless you're part of like a AAA studio, because a lot of the workflow and pipeline stuff is super annoying. Well, Arisa, I've been meaning to. I am gonna have to pick your brain soon about making products because I feel like I'm struggling a little bit in that regard. So don't use Marvel Design anymore. I'm happy with Blender. I've recently learned more and more to use the clothes brush recently. Yeah, that's awesome. I love that tool. Yeah, there's like a brush you can simulate cloth with in Blender. But I believe Clo 3D is free. Is that correct? Is that right? Hoodie open, hoodie constraint, convert animation. All right, we'll do all that. Tail sway slowed. And okay. And now Aurora Glow. Aurora. It might need to work on the U shape there. Ooh. Ooh, it's a little strong. Let's say what was that? The mouth U shape. Probably. The mouth funnel. That's what it's called. Yeah. I'll try this with live link soon. And I believe the Aurora Glow is working properly. The hoodie off is working properly, so we can do that. That's control one. Beautiful. A little bit of clipping on that hair. Oh, actually, it's look into that. Okay. Question mark. Hair bone broken. Making an outfit is the easy part. Marketing the outfit, on the other hand, making it a marketable product is the hard part. I 100% agree. Like, I'm with you on that. It is a struggle. Draining. Like, oh, time to make 400 thumbnails. Okay, so we got a lot of little logic pieces down there. Let's just start moving them up to get organized. It's only useful if you have amassed a gigantinormous personal library. It's all about speed with that software. I'd also love to know all the marketing pains and woes. I would know nothing about this subject, but it sounds really interesting. Well, VRChat has a pretty active, like third party. Uh, so they have a store now. You can buy avatars directly through VRChat, which you may already know. But which is pretty cool. Getting more products on there will be super nice. And eventually, they're going to release props as well. But in the meantime, VRChat is because you can customize your avatars. There is a huge and growing like marketplace there. Gumroad and Booth are kind of the main platforms. And yeah, if you're looking to just customize an avatar, it's always super interesting. But honestly, they're doing a lot. Just VRChat as a whole is doing a lot more of the metaverse stuff than any other company. The biggest, the biggest VR hardware third-party market is VRChat accessories. That's which is insane. A client of mine asked me to edit their outfit's texture. I sent it to you on Discord at Safe Work, but review it first just to be sure. Okay. Got it. I need to go make some more coffee. Discord. Very cool. Charming. Oh, yeah, that's fine to me. Got. Oh, I really love the stylization here. This is well done. Very cool. I like that. It comes with a little seal. That's amazing. Very cool. This is looking great. I like it. I think black and gold is probably one of my favorite color schemes. Right around the white and gold color scheme. I'm a simple man. White, like there's like these. I have a whole Pinterest board that's just my aesthetic board and like ornate metal with like obsidian. It's so cool. Love that scheme. Then my client clarified it's supposed to be the other one I sent. Oh, the other. uh, You're supposed to edit the this other one here. That looks really cool. Oh. Oh, I see what you mean. So this is the second one. So this is the final product. Oops. Very cool. That's quite satisfying. Also have to add some fun gimmicks. Are you doing more work on that avatar? That's exciting. All right, so we're hopping in here. We're gonna go down our list because some of these don't do anything. Hoodie open, not do what it's supposed to do. This one's supposed to go to the hoodie. Go skin mesh render and turn this. Have a right. It's open now. Oh, we actually do have zipper open here. This contains the string positions, but we'll need both for the VTuber. In this, I need money as in I need money quick. I relate to that. Yeah, it's time for some more commissions for myself as well. Gotta push. Gotta get that grind. Okay. Hood open. It's now good. Hood on. It's good. This one. Tail sway. This other one. Orion tail sway. Where's that? Okay, yeah, that's what we want. Hoodie tail sway. Just a typing mistake. Neat. Place. Okay. This turns the hoodie on, even though it's hoodie off. That's okay. Hoodie down. This is the next one. We need to set up some constraints on our bones. Need the hoodie on for this. So in the line, we have these neck constraint. This is the one that moves the hood around. We only need to move this one though. So we'll add a parent constraint here. And it listens to 2 bones. I guess it's just the head this time. Container. Is it already moving? We have another parent constraint somewhere. No, because we're just using standard. How is the competitive market on Avi creators? Is it extremely overcrowded? Yes and no. I mean, it's still pretty small, and it does seem like VR chat's growing. It may not be growing as fast as people wanted VR to grow, but I would certainly say that it's just continuing to expand. People are wanting more and more, and will continue to want more and more. I think the role playing scene is actually going to be gigantic in a little while. Eventually, that's what people will want to do, something like that at least, and of course, just games and stuff. But no, I'd say that there's work out there. You can always start small, uh, but mostly I don't. It can be tough. It's still it's still competitive. I would say relative to other art commission spaces, it's not as competitive because there's 3D is kind of a higher bar to entry versus drawing, and that's not to be a slight in any way. Just a little bit more upfront to get into it. But I foresee, I think the metaverse, as people envisioned it, will eventually come about. Maybe not sooner, as soon as people like, but I do think it'll just continue to grow year over year. People get more and more out of it. More accessories get better, immersion gets better, headsets get better, um, tracking, all that jazz. But anyway, I think, and more than that, sorry, I'm going on a rant now. More than that, um, compared to gaming in general, I mean, a lot of the the giants in the gaming world are Roblox. Roblox, the biggest platform on the face of the planet, um, and uh, and it's a platform. Things will eventually just be platforms, like platforms for games. The platform part will be more important than the game part eventually. Um, that's how people will just go into the platform to play the games they want to with their friends and stuff like that. And so VR chat's becoming a big platform. Also, Second Life was big, was is kind of biggish, sort of. It's a different little. Um, but I guess there might be a big influx when the new Valve headset comes out. It depends on the games they drop with it, but maybe maybe VR is still kind of a hard sell for a lot of people. But I think they're gonna go the approach this time of making it like gaming focused, like you wear your headset to play normal games, and that holds a lot of potential. So, um, marketable competitive at the same time. Fortunately, it's almost like a wild west for both artists and clients. Yeah, for clients, it's because some artists are little scammers and sell stuff for hundreds of dollars when those things wouldn't be even worth $20 or something. And for artists, because some clients can be very disrespectful and abusive with your time and effort. You also can end up meeting clients that are willing to pay a crazy amount of money for stuff that's not necessarily too complex. Not a bad thing, but I'm gonna guess the disrespectful clients are the ones that don't really know how 3D creation works. I think with any commission client relationship, they're just, you know, that, and this is not about any of my clients, just to preface that, in case anyone's listening. I've had this experience in the past, but not any time recently. But some people just want to get the most out of you. And that's just as simple as it gets. They're gonna get everything they possibly can out of you, and and I've had more bosses like that as well. They just don't. They'll wring you dry. Little bit yes, while some clients who had artists to undersell themselves got used to the low prices, which hurts everyone at the end of the day. Yeah, certainly some people are just more enamored with the idea of doing a commission than making a living. And I certainly had my fair share of that, of just, I just want to do art. And starting out and doing drawings and stuff, and you just work for literal pennies on an hour. Maybe that's part of the grind, but okay, so this should just listen to just the head transform. And nothing else. It's the right one. Very custom dealing with clients, but I would have guessed clients on this market are always super nice. Well, it's the same everywhere, I guess. Problem with art is that value is subjective. Some people 100 USD could be 1,000. I just like people tend to bring that to 3D because 3D is not like 2D art. You can't just make a drawing and call it a day. Don't get me wrong, it also takes effort to do that. Yeah, it's just you're. I kind of compare making avatars to like a custom. It's not as complicated or labor intensive, but kind of like making a car. Like you make a little system that does stuff. I believe I read your comment. Um, yeah, touched on all of them. But for the nicer clients, personally, I actually do prefer working with furries because they have a commission culture, and that really helps a lot because they have just are more familiar with the process. They have good like communal instincts in terms of like if you look at the OC market and stuff, that's like a whole thing there, and it's quite, it lends itself really well to doing the avatar commissions for them, because usually there's just a kind of a more familiarity with it. Constraint. Okay, so we have the constraint now. We just want to see. No, it does need to go down. I'm confused by the naming here, because if I turn off this constraint. Okay. Next. Good. Okay, yeah, there are two parent constraints. That's what's going on. So here, head container, if I move this one, yes, okay. So it is listening to this other object, which we can remove from that. That's where it needs to go. Yeah, it needs to go down here. So, and the other one is the head itself. 0. Okay. That's why this one is a little different, because we actually need two constraints. I thought we could blend them directly. Oh, that's a little annoying. Okay, weird. So we'll just copy. That's new. I can't do that. Can I just duplicate? All right, let's make another one. Oh, here it is. My bad. These values right here. So if I turn off this one, we go there. Let's just turn off both of them. Then take this here and hit revert. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Then activate. Now if we go, say 1 just for that. Shouldn't be moving it that far. 0. There we go. Okay. It's working now. It's goofy, but it's working. All right. Now hood down. We go here. So we'll leave it as it is. 1, 0. Yay! Okay, there we go. So now we added the constraint, we created the animation. We need to make sure that animation is applied on our animation list. That would be head down, triple confirmed, cross it out. Boom, boom. And I think we can also do hoodie open. Recently, I've been feeling more and more inspired to start my YouTube channel. I really want to make good tutorials for VRC and 3D in general. Heck yeah, that's awesome. That'd be super cool. Maybe you could, sorry, this might be a little over the top, but you could make a world in VR chat to watch that video in. So it's like, it could be a world with props that they could play around with. I don't know. Anyway, ignore me. That's called, what do they call that? This feature creep. Okay, the hood open is in there. Let's double check the hand. There was a little tiny hole on it. And maybe we need to ensure the body is fully triangulating. That would be here, model, and keep quads, no. So it is already triangulated, so we shouldn't be losing anything. Feature creep. Yeah, it just that's my bane. That's my the thing I always have to watch out for myself. It'd be fun, yeah. I can think of making a simple world for each video where people can go check this stuff in there by themselves. We already did the tail sway. Hairbone, that's using one. Let's turn off the hoodie. And let's look at the hair. Hopefully this does not require a re-export, please. I don't think I'll be that lucky. So hair parent, all the bones should move. Yeah. But if we move one at a time, I think one of these. Yep. Damn. Okay, well. Gonna start work on this comm. See you, Sam. Sounds good, Ariso. Catch you later. Good luck with your comm. And good luck with getting more comms as well. Bye. Okay, well, it's good I found this now, but that means I have to go all the way back into Blender. Sad. I think it's time for more coffee in a second. Oh, sorry. Send in a text message. Vital work stuff. No. Well, it is vital. Not work stuff. Bam, bam, bam. Okay. Now we can turn on. We have to go all the way back to hair. Hair low poly. This shouldn't be too bad. But this strand right here must have been a duplicate of one of the other strands. But now it has the incorrect bones. Bone. So I click this. It gives us our bone name. Right here. CC hair 0.00 or 0.017, which should be. You know what? The weights are terrible here. Let's just redo it completely. Okay, easy enough. So delete those. Then we'll use our weight paint tool. Oops. Right click. Again. There we go. Very laggy. And smooth it. Just increase that weight one more time. Beautiful. Smooth. And we'll smooth the deform bones. And we'll do 0.2 rotate so we can see the deformation a little. Are you kidding me? Why didn't that work? That's because armature is disabled. Okay. Good. Perfect. Okay. So turn that back off. Now we have the weights, so we can save this. We can go down to the body. We can go back to this pose here. We can update the body. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay, so fixed the hair bone. But now we have to propagate, we have to update the VR chat avatar as well. And then move those changes to the other one. Well, I guess I don't have to do that, but no, I will. Okay. Fortunately, we got to open up our other Unity as well. All right, well, it's going to take a little bit, so I'm going to grab a snack real quick. Get some new coffee. I'll be right back. I'm back. Sorry to miss your question there. Tension new. Hello, hello. Kind of a weird technical. Well, I know you've been here for a little bit. I don't know why I said it that way. Kind of weird technical question, but does VRC require more than 52 ARKit shape keys? No, it does not. So VR chat, and funnily enough, just popped open. VR chat only, and it doesn't. VR chat doesn't require anything technically. You could upload a cube with, you could upload just a cube as an avatar if you really wanted to. But these are their standard blend shapes right here. So it's these ones here, and those are the Viceme shapes. You can also include some blend shapes for blinking and looking up and looking down if you want to. But the main standard, you can call it mic tracking, like microphone tracking instead of face tracking, because what it's doing is registering the sounds you're making and trying to match the shape of your mouth. Sometimes successfully. It's pretty good for the most part. But you can technically make your own custom controllers, and then the face track, to get the actual face tracking for the avatar, you have to use I use a prefab. It's called Jerry's face tracking, and then you can set up ARKit face tracking and use that. And thankfully, the logic for it's kind of drag and drop. You just have to have the blend shapes. And then you also have to have the hardware. And then that other program I opened earlier. Hardware is definitely the hardest part. So there's not real lip tracking like with LiveLink. So actually, VRChat did add a selfie mode now, which does allow you to use your webcam, and that does a bit more of actual lip tracking. So there is a selfie mode now, and this is pretty recent. But in order to use the real lip tracking, you have to use it. VRChat doesn't do that by itself. It just allows people to make third-party features. So there's a system called OSC, which allows you to like pipe values directly into VRChat, so you can communicate certain things. Say you had a MIDI keyboard, you could actually play songs directly in VRChat through your avatar. You could press MIDI keys on your keyboard and program your character to your puppet to do things, which is pretty cool. And so a lot of the face tracking stuff, which is this here, this program, VRC face tracking, it's like the intermediary. So there's not live lip tracking by default, but you can do it. It's just a little technical, like most things are with VTubing and VRChat. When you get to the tracking, it just feels a little technical. It's not quite there yet in terms of being seamless. Not yet. Hopefully sometime. Okay. So we wanted to update the body, so we updated the avatar here. Go back to this frame, and we'll use our AutoRig Pro, use our Orion body. Reset. Oh man, I was really hoping that would save these other parts. Dang it. Okay. That means we have to go to, this is the vNyan, this is the VRChat. Right here. Go to Explorer. Body. Everything should be good. Just double check. Perfect. My experience mostly with animation sequencer and MetaHuman, so I wonder how it would translate to VRC Unity though. Lol. It's so actually They allow that now. You Unreal, initially the metahumans were like a closed thing, but now you actually can use them in Unity projects. So and they're fully ARKit face tracked already, so it's pretty straightforward. You can just export them and pop them in and use the VRC face tracking. Honestly, you could offer that service for a lot of people. Hey, make your metahuman and I'll get it in game for you. Yeah. Though the metahuman thing's kind of interesting because they're like, oh, you could make everyone, but you can't make everyone with what they offer by default. For my limited testing. Wait for that to load. Face tracking for metahumans is kind of a different beast than stylized characters like furries. It's all ARKit under the hood. It's the same shape keys, same set of shape keys. But it's certainly making like a face rig and making those shapes is a little different. All right, that should have fixed the hair. We're in the VR chat avatar, so we go to confirm it worked. Open up this. Go down to the hair. Should be one of these. This one. Perfect. Close. Now we're good. We just need to export this again. Export package.